Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for My Petty Response to My Boyfriend's Purposeful Incompetence About Chores? My boyfriend has started pretending to be bad at basic stuff like dishes and laundry, and he can't do it. I felt pretty frustrated that I told him straight up that I knew he didn't forget how to clean since he moved in with me. He was always very competent living alone and didn't appreciate him forgetting how to do chores. I said that when I asked him to do dishes and he refuses and refused until he finally did them wrong, and that I wasn't stupid. He said that he was trying his best and that I was wrong for saying that he was trying to manipulate me. And that, from his perspective, I asked him to do something and he did it the best that he could, and I kept at him because it wasn't up to my impossibly high standards, and he couldn't win. And he wanted me to believe him when he said he is trying. Anyways, this might be petty, but I decided to give believing him a try. So, he had bleach stained my favorite little black dress. Instead of getting mad, the next time we had a family event, I put it on. He asked me if I was really gonna wear that. It looked messy. I said that I loved the dress and understand that accidents happen, so I wasn't mad or upset that it had bleach spots. Actually, I thought it looked kinda cool. He said that he really thought it looked bad, and I said that if he wants, he could Sharpie on the white spots really quick in the Uber. It ended up looking even worse. Another time, we were having dinner and he had done the dishes, but put some of the cups and bowls in the dishwasher upside down so they filled up with dirty water. I took those cups and bowls, dumped them out in the sink, but didn't wash them further, and served his food in them. He said that it was dirty, and I was like, they just came out of the dishwasher. It's just water. It's fine. Ugh, that is gross. He said that no, it was disgusting, and I said that it was really no big deal. I was getting over my impossibly high cleanliness standards, and I didn't really think it was that gross. The last time I had cooked was for a work party of his. After cooking, the dishes needed to cool for about 30 minutes and then be refrigerated. I had plans with my friends that night, and I asked him to put the dish away after it cooled. He forgot. The next morning, he noticed that the dish was never refrigerated. I said it was fine, it was just a mistake, and that it would probably be fine to eat. There wasn't a lot of meat in it. He got frustrated and said that you can't serve meat left out overnight even if it's only a little, and I said, oh, I think it should be fine. Stuff happens. He stopped being so lazy about chores after he realized I seemed totally okay with him leaving stuff badly done and that he'll be living with it. But I feel a little petty for having been dishonest about it. I actually hate how my bleached dress looked, and my stomach turns at dirty dish soup and unrefrigerated meat. Am I the jerk for being petty? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
You know, Amber says not the jerk. I'm inclined to agree here. You were just trying to live down to his impossibly low standards, OP. I think that, you made a point, and I think that once he realized that he was going to be able to get away with, whatever poorly done chores that he had, and that you weren't just going to come behind and pick after him, he realized that he wasn't going to be able to get away with this. And I think that's an important lesson for him. And I think that this is really I think that you handled this probably in the best way possible. You outplayed him. You really did. You outplayed his game. So, do I think you're a jerk for that? No, I don't. I think that you did a fun little experiment and it worked out in your favor. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, you're a genius. It's not petty, it's refusing to let him externalize the cost of his behavior to you. I think it's brilliant and you should keep doing it whenever it comes up. If he's truly being willfully incompetent, you will get the result you see here and he'll have to cut this out. If it's an area where it's truly your high standards, you will see when he doesn't care and you'll be able to decide what to do with that information. Well done. I don't think she was being a genius. She wasted a lot of time not dumping his lazy butt. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Letting My 4-year-old, quote, take care of me? My husband and I have 5 kids, a 10-year-old female, an 8-year-old female, a 7-year-old female, a 5-year-old male, and a 4-year-old female. My oldest, youngest, and I all have the flu right now. A bit of backstory. My husband and youngest 4 kids live around 2 hours away from me, my oldest, and my sister-in-law. We built a house here and had plans to move in around a week from now, but my oldest caught meningitis, and this house is near one of the best children's hospitals in the country, so we took her to this hospital and we moved here a couple of months ago after she was discharged so we can go there for physical therapy, check in for appointments with her doctors, and her cochlear implant surgery. She lost most of her hearing, and all of the appointments that go with that. My husband and youngest kids visit on the weekends. My youngest is staying with me right now because my oldest got the flu and my youngest caught it when they were visiting, and my husband can't stay home and take care of her. Now to the story. My youngest wants to feel helpful, so a couple days ago when she started to feel sick, she kept asking me to take my temperature and offered to do things like get me a blanket or help me with my medicine. I always say yes to small things like her offering to get me a blanket or a cup of water because it makes her feel helpful, and she lets me rest for a half hour before she asks to help me again. My sister-in-law sent my husband a video of my youngest covering me with a blanket and reading to me, and he texted me to berate me for having her take care of us. We FaceTime every day, and she always talks about how much she's helping us, and reminded me that she's sick too. I haven't texted him back, but I wanted to know that if I was being a jerk for letting her take care of me. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk, not the jerk.
Not the jerk.
Yeah, I think it depends on the extent to which the little kid is taking care of her, but it sounds innocent. It doesn't sound like, the 4-year-old is waiting on OP hand and foot. I think that if the youngest feels like she's doing something to contribute and she really wants to do this, then that's fine. I think that that's her feeling helpful. It's her, working through this in a way that she feels that she has to. And I honestly don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that OP's fine, and I don't think that they're a jerk for allowing their daughter to do something that makes them feel good inside. So, yeah. But yeah, that's just me. Let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, it's like getting mad if your kid is hosting a tea party. Your husband is behaving ridiculous. 1000% this. The 4-year-old is not being shackled with responsibility. She's simply playing with her mom. I almost want to go with no jerks here because it sounds like OP's husband might be stressed being 2 hours away and taking care of 3 kids under 10 and working full time. But at the end of the day, his comment is nonsense, insensitive, and undeserved. Not the jerk OP, but you might want to have a talk with him. Hopefully he's just had a moment of weakness and is able to apologize for getting upset over something so strange. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my married friends that they aren't chipping in their share to pay for group activities? So my close friend group consists of 5 people. 3 singles and 1 married couple. Every time we do something together and need to split the cost, the couple only pays a quarter of the bill. A few months ago, we all went on vacation together. When we were talking about splitting the cost of the rental house, I said something like, it's $1,300 divided by 5 people, and the wife said, no, it's divided by 4 since her and her husband will be sharing a room. I wasn't happy about it because they were also the only ones to get their own room. The rental had 1 bedroom, a set of bunk beds built into the hallway, and a sleeper sofa, so none of the rest of us had any private space. But I let it go because no one else seemed to object to that logic. Same thing happened when we rented a boat for the day and on a trip that happens regularly when we all take an Uber together. Last night we all ordered a pizza. It was $60. I had rewards, so I was happy to share, so we got $10 off, bringing the total down to $50. So I said it's $10 per person. Again, my friend objected. This time, though, I was like, if you guys are together and are going to eat only as much as 1 person, then fine. Otherwise, you should pay for the percentage that you're going to eat. Married friend then got mad about it, and the other singles, quote, didn't want to get involved, and now I'm not sure if I'm being the jerk about this. Afterwards, one of the friends said that I should just let it go for the sake of peace because it's only $250 difference if we split it between 4 and 5 people. True, but that's not really the point. I'm not trying to be a cheapskate, and I love my married friends to pieces, but like I said, it happens all the time. Not to mention, they're married, so they have 2 incomes, and they each make more than the rest of us do to begin with, so why should they get to pay less per person for group expenses? Edited to add, thank you all for your input. It's odd to me that I'm the only one of the group that sees a problem when this is a pretty strong consensus here in my favor. As for everyone saying that they're altogether bad friends, this is only one snippet of our relationship and is in fact the only issue I've ever had with the 2 of them. They are otherwise great friends, have demonstrated their willingness to go out of their way for me on numerous occasions, as I would for them. But for whatever reason, they don't seem to understand my point of view in regards to this one issue. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Amber says not the jerk. I think that okay, so the pizza situation for sure. They should be dividing the food into 5. I mean, that just seems to make sense. Another thing is that you could just in the future have people order their own pizzas, and then that way you don't have to worry about splitting the bills. It sounds like oftentimes your friends are financing your get-togethers on their friends' backs, and I think that's a little unfair, especially for like that rental for the that you did for that vacation, where they were the only ones who got a bedroom and everyone else kind of had to sleep in bunks or out in the hallway or whatnot. So it seems like the fair thing would have been to, divide the costs by 5. Why they aren't doing this, I honestly don't know. And I mean, it seems like they're probably just doing it to save money. I don't know. Do they really feel like they're using only a quarter when they're combined? That seems a little strange to me. I do think that they're taking advantage of your friends group's kindness here. But that's just me. But I'd be interested in what you folks have to say. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, and I get that you like these 2 friends, but maybe stop inviting them places. Talk to the other singles about this. I've been in a similar situation where friends and I were going to the beach and rent a house. A third friend kind of invited herself and her son and expected us to divide the cost 3 ways. No, I'm not paying for someone else's kid's vacation. Easiest solution to me is that the married couple finds and pays for their own accommodations if they travel together. The 3 singletons can bunk together and split the price in 3, and the married couple can work it out amongst themselves. Not the jerk. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Asking My Best Friend to Pay My Clothes for His Wedding? I'm a 29-year-old female, and I have a best friend, Tom, a 29-year-old male, with whom I've been friends with almost 23 years. 10 years ago, I kind of played matchmaker and introduced him to my high school friend, Emma, a 29-year-old female. They matched together perfectly, and since then, they've been happy. Well, 2 years ago, I helped him create a pretty elaborate engagement proposal, and she accepted. A month later, Tom asked me to be his best man, and I accepted as well. Since then, she started to make big plans for the wedding, and kind of kept me busy all the time asking what Tom said about this and about that. Does he really like the flowers, and so on. She asked me if I could wear a suit, not a dress, for the wedding since I'm going to be walking with her sister as the best man. I was a bit hesitant, and I finally agreed, and we picked a tailored suit for me. Since I have quite a large bust, nothing in the store fit me properly. I spent about $300 on a suit, shoes, and a nice white shirt. On Wednesday, she called me and told me that they were basically canceling the wedding, and they decided to elope on Friday as they are planning on some time already. She also informed me that I'm not invited anymore because she wants just her sister and my boyfriend's brothers there. I was shocked and asked her how long did she know about it. She explained that it was possibly from the beginning and they discussed it several months ago. It made me mad because I spent hours going through wedding stuff with her, and also I spent my money on a tailored suit that she persuaded me to buy for the wedding. I told her she could have decided before she made me spend the money, and put all the effort into something that's not going to happen and asked me to pay for my suit since I'm not going to use it anyways. Emma got angry, told me that I'm a jerk for not being happy for them, and that she's not going to pay me anything since it's a black suit and I can use it on plenty of occasions. I know that you never wear suits and you never had a suit before, but now you have a suit and you can wear it for any occasion that you want. Tom later called me to apologize for not telling me sooner, but he also thinks that I'm unreasonable for wanting them to pay for the suit. Also, he told me that Emma does not want me at the wedding because she thinks that the best man should have been a man. I told him to cut the nonsense. I hung up the phone and haven't spoken to either of them since. Tom sent me a photo of the rings and one of them as newlyweds, but I didn't reply. So, am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Oh my goodness, OP. I feel bad for OP in this situation. They went through all this trouble. They even got the suit, even though they didn't want a suit. They were like, all right, well, I guess if this is really what you folks want for your wedding, I'll go ahead and buy the suit for where I'll only ever wear it this one time. and now they're stuck with the suit. OP. I would suggest taking the suit and trying to get some use out of it. I don't know. I don't think it's unreasonable to ask to be paid for the suit, especially since they kind of left you holding the bag here. This is a really tough situation for you because you put all this time, money, and energy into this situation, and now you kind of got nothing from it. I mean, I guess the worst case has kind of happened. I mean, you aren't really talking to them anymore. They're not really seemingly your friends. So unless you make up, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you ask them for the suit or not. So yeah, I would be surprised if you got money from them at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, you may just have to move on from this friendship. I mean, maybe it's damaged enough that that's where you have to go from here. So yeah, anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, and that was incredibly inconsiderate of them, and honestly, Emma sounds like she had some jealousy issues in not wanting you to be the best man, or some majorly archaic gender views. As a female, I've been the best man at 2 weddings where I wore a dress at both. It's becoming more common now, and Emma sounds a bit ridiculous and threatened by you. Tom sounds like he lost his backbone. It was inconsiderate of both of them to have you pay for a tailored suit that you cannot return, cancel the wedding, uninvite you because you don't have junk between your legs, and then they have the gall to tell you that you're being unreasonable while being so accommodating throughout this up until the suit issue. Not the jerk. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.